Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sonja J. And if you're new, welcome. Alright, so as you can see from the title, today we are going to be getting into the new episode of the Teen Mom Young and Pregnant that just came on just now because I just got done watching it. We got a lot to cover tonight. Couple of things happened, couple opinions I got to get off my chest, and since it's a review, we're going to review it. So if you want to see, keep on watching. Let's get into this. Let's talk. All right, so we're going to start with Ashley since she started the show out. So she got a full-time job as an administrative assistant. So good job, Ashley. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of a lot of these girls on this show. I'm proud of Ashley. She's doing her thing. She said, I'm not letting having a baby stop me. I'm going to still go to school. She's still finishing school. I think she finished school. And if she didn't, she's still going to school. And she is now working full-time as an administrative assistant. I think she's trying to go into the nursing field. So she's working her way up. I'm proud of her. She's doing it and she's doing a good job. Now that she has this new job, her and Bar really are trying to save up now to move to Atlanta eventually. So I'm proud of her and that's great. And I pray that they continue to do great. So with her, I guess, deciding to move to Atlanta and her getting a new job, she figures, you know, there's something else I need to do, which is make up with my in-law, Bar's mom. Now, she didn't do it, you know, just because, you know, as you see from the show, she said her main reason behind wanting to make up with Bar's mom was Holly, really. You know, she knows that she's a mom now, and as being a mom, you know, you have to raise children. You know, you're going to be their motivation, their inspiration. They look up to you. They're going to see what you do and they're going to learn from it. And that's how they're going to, in some ways, be who they are. So, and with her knowing that, she was like, I can't be this petty, toxic lady around her grandmother all the time. Whether it's Ashley's fault, which it's not, we see that, or Bar's mom's fault, whoever. The fact that they're both like just at each other's throats like this all the time in front of Holly is not good and it's not healthy. And she realized that and she said, so I'm going to fix this because Holly doesn't need to see this and I want her to be able to be around her mom's family and also her dad's family and everything be great. So I commend you for that, Ashley. A lot of women and a lot of people just period don't think of that, especially at a young age. So I commend her for doing that. I think that it's great that Ashley is trying to think like a mature mother because that's what she is, a mother. And as being a mom, you have to be mature. So it's great to see that her age isn't stopping her from doing what she knows she's supposed to do. And so, you know, Bar's mom comes into town and she has a talk with her. You know, at first I didn't know what to expect because it seemed like the conversation, it wasn't going south, but at the same time, it wasn't like going great. It was just still kind of like a little bit sketchy, like, but I feel like the reason why this conversation went so well and the reason they even had the conversation was Ashley. You know, Ashley having to be the mature one. Because like I said in the last review, I'm sorry, but Bar's mom is not mature. She's not mature. She's not all the way there. Like her age doesn't match her attitude and the way she acts. It's just not. Sorry. Ashley's a lot more mature than her. As you can see, Ashley thought, hey, I need to be cool with her. Ashley thought, hey, let her come over and let's be cool again. Ashley was the one who got up and gave her a hug and, you know, told her that she missed her and that she was happy that they were cool again. Like, it was all Ashley, you know, the young daughter-in-law. It was Ashley, not the mom. So I commend Ashley for that. You know, that was really mature and I'm happy that they did make up and I'm happy that Ashley was able to break her wall down. And I'm proud of her and I'm glad she got her a new job. And yes, 10s across the board. So we're going to move on. All right, so next we're going to talk about Jade. Jade and Sean didn't give too much this episode, but you did see from watching the episode that they're starting to become close again. Now, Jade has said over and over and again on this episode that they're just friends, they're just co-parenting. She wants them to just try to be friends so that they can be cool, cordial, and co-parent. That's a lot of C's. And it sounds good in theory, but it just sounds good in theory. So, yeah, so she's trying to co-parent with him, you know, tell him that she just wants to be friends and just keep things cool and cordial so you can co-parent. The baby gets foot and mouth disease. They go to the doctor as a family. You know, she still kind of says the same thing, wants to just co-parent. She's happy that things are cool. Then she goes to lunch with her old college roommate. And, you know, so she's getting a roommate. She wants to, you know, have someone move in the house with her, I guess, because she feels lonely. And it's easier, I guess, to have someone help her pay the bills and just be around just to be around. And especially when she's feeling down. And, you know, I guess, you know, have company to help her with the baby. That makes sense. And so she figured, hey, let me call up my old college roommate. I lived with her before. Let's do it again. And so, you know, that's good. And I hope things work out and they meet up for lunch. And, you know, her old college roommate asks her about, like, Sean and what's going on with that. And she tells her, like, you know, we're cool. And I do let him come over every now and again, but we're still co-parenting. But, of course, as usually friends do, they ask, you know, is y'all still fucking? And Jade, obviously, after the first 2 seconds when she didn't answer, it was an obvious yes. But, you know, she didn't want to answer because, obviously, they're on TV and she didn't want to feel stupid or whatever. So, I mean, and that's the biggest mistake there. Like, you can't, but I get it, you know, I do get it. It's like when you were in a relationship with somebody and you were with them for so long, it's like when you have that itch, you don't want to just find a random, like you're going to hit up the person you've been fucking for the past couple years. I get it. So I get it. It's just the only thing that sucks about that is like when you're still sleeping with the person that you're in love with while you're still in love with them, but you're not with them, that creates a lot of confusion, emotions, and all the shit. So it's like, I would just prefer, if you're going to still fuck on him, just wait until after maybe a couple weeks or a couple months that you've gotten your head clear. You know for a fact that you're like, I don't want to be with him. He is the father of my child, but I don't want to be with him. I just want to fuck him. Like, dead ass. Like, if you're still kind of thinking, like, maybe we can do and you, girl, it's going to be drama. But if you know for a fact that you're like, this is just sex and co-parenting, it's doable until you get your own boo, your new boo, a boo that's just for you and you guys just doing your thing. Because we all know that shit don't last. That shit only lasts until you get a new boo. You know, you need somebody to fuck on for the transition. Then once that's over and you got you a new boo that's your new boyfriend and you guys are like a real relationship, then you don't need him no more, you know? So I get it and I'm not mad at it. I just think that right now probably won't be the best time because obviously he's still in his feelings. Even if she doesn't have any feelings for him, which I know she does, he obviously still has feelings for her. He obviously is still hoping they get back together. Even though you can tell he's kind of not really changed and he hasn't, in my opinion, done all the steps to change, but you could tell he's hoping that they'll get back together. So we'll see how this plays out, but, you know, she says she's going to get the roommate and she says he's not going to move back in right away, even if they do get back together, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. And hopefully her mom comes back around because in this episode she wasn't there. So hopefully her mom eventually gets it together and keeps it together and doesn't keep doing this MIA shit. Okay, we're going to move on to Kayla. All right, so it starts off with her talking to her friends. She doesn't know if she wants to continue on with the order protection or not. I knew that was going to happen. I kind of knew that she was going to be in limbo with it. She was last week. And I knew she wasn't going to really follow through with it. I actually was surprised she even did the 2-week restraining order. I really am. So I knew she wasn't going to follow through with the 2-year one. Like, that's just too long for her. And she still has emotions towards him. I don't think she's in love with Stefan. I don't think she's in love with him, no. But she does still have some type of emotions towards him. And it makes sense. That's the father of her child. She's still young. And a lot of shit's happened, so I get it. But, you know, I kind of knew that was going to happen. And, you know, you could tell, you know, she was worried about what people were going to say because that bothered her. It's like she knew that people were telling her and wanting her to get the order protection. But in her heart, she really doesn't want to do it. You could just tell. And, like, I don't really know. I mean, if you guys care and you guys want to talk about this topic and you want to, like, let me know or we could get into it, okay? Comment down below and let me know. We could talk about it. Because I really don't know. Like, I'm kind of in limbo with it. I've never been in this situation. I pray I never will be in this situation. So I don't know what it's like. But it's like, on one hand, it's like people on the outside looking in, like her friends and her mom and stuff are like, you know, like he beat you up. You know, he's cheated on you. He's not a good dude. He talks to you like shit. Like, why are you hesitant on doing this order protection? He doesn't need to be around Isaiah. He's not safe, blase, blase. They're like, just follow through with it. What's the confusion? In her head, which I understand, she's like, okay, but he is the father of my child. Regardless of what you think about him, we have this child together. He is the father. I want the best for my son, even though his father's not the best. But he is his father. And I would like him to be around. If he gets help, she says. But she would like him to be around. And she feels like by having him ordered to be away for 2 years isn't what's best for Isaiah. Also, she's going to have to deal with him for the rest of her life anyway, at least for the rest of Isaiah's life, because they have a child together. So I get where she's coming from. So that's why I'm like, you know, if you guys don't get it, or if you're like, you know, if you have anything to say about this topic, comment down below. Okay, because honestly, I'm in limbo with it too. Like, I see where her friends and her mom's coming from, and I see where she's coming from. I've never been in this situation. I pray I never am. So I really don't know. But I see both sides. So it is hard. You know, either way, you don't win. Because it's like, if you do the order of protection, your son doesn't win because he doesn't get to see his father for 2 years. And if you don't do it, it's like you got the judgment of everybody around you. Also, even the judgment of yourself, because I'm sure she's judging herself like, bitch, why are you so dumb? Not saying she's dumb, but I'm sure she thinks that in her head, and everyone thinks that about her because of the situation. So it's like, I understand where she's coming from, and it's a hard situation to be in, really. But then Stefan goes and tries to talk, give his little, I don't care. I didn't care nothing about what Stefan had to say. I really didn't. I barely watched his phone call with his mom. I only watched it because I wanted to see what she had to say, and I kind of want to see if he looked like her. That's really it. Other than that, I didn't really care because I'm over him. I'm over him. Okay? But he looks like his mom. He talked to his mom. His mom seemed like she wasn't here for the shits, and she was like, I didn't raise you to be like that, and blase, blase. Now, this is what I have to say. Now, I'm not trying to judge, because I understand everything. Things happen in people's life. People go through trauma. People go through drama. People go through horrible things. Like, things happen in people's lives. So I'm not trying to judge. I understand things happen. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Stefan's father passed away. I don't know how, but he did. So, you know, he's been through some things. So I don't know everything that's happened. But I will just say this. Even it was nice and great to see that his mom got on him in that conversation, was telling him about himself. But let's just be real. This is a review, so I'm reviewing what I saw. That was cute seeing her yell at Stefan, whatever you call that. But obviously, somewhere along the line, some shit has failed. I don't want to blame his mom because, you know, everyone does things, and whether you were raised a certain way or not, sometimes as an adult you make bad decisions. So I get that. But at the same time, you could tell from watching from the very first episode till now, Stefan has some type of built up anger and frustration within him that came over the years. Like, this ain't just like, oh, it's just, I'm just like this because Kayla and her mom stressed me out so much. No, they don't really do anything to you. You stress them out. You steal their debit cards. You cheated on Kayla when she was pregnant. You come in the house yelling at people, telling them what to do, bucking at people's moms and shit. So if anything, they should be fighting you. So no, it's just you have anger issues, and you have some built up frustration and anger within you. And I don't know what type of trauma you've been through, and I'm sorry for you, but at the same time, you can't be taking it out on other people, especially your baby moms, and that's not cute, and that's not cool. And with that being said, like, somewhere along the line, the mom didn't pay attention, or maybe she wasn't there. I don't know, because, you know, I hear her and she's right. I believe her. She didn't raise him to be like that. But well, then who raised him? Because it's clear he has a lot of anger issues, a lot of built up anger from years, you can tell. And he beat that girl for a reason. Like, he's done it before, or he's seen it before. So what he been through? What you raised him to do, mama? I'm just saying, I'm not trying to judge. I'm just reviewing. It's called a review. I'm just saying, like, mama, he seen something. He been through something. What's going on? What's the tea? Because you said you ain't raised to be like that, but he beat her. Like, he knows what a beating is. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And then, you know, Kayla proceeds to talk to her mom, and they get in another argument, and it's like, you know, again, Kayla decides, you know, to tell her mom she's not going to do order protection. Kind of already knew that. And her mom is like upset, like, oh my God, like, why are you doing that? And Kayla's right, and she agreed, and she admitted it, and I'm glad she admitted it. Her mom does feel like, because she dropped the order of protection, that she's going to just forget everything and get back with Stefan. And that is a lot of the mom's fear. And I understand why that frustrates Kayla a little bit. I do get that, because it's kind of like Kayla feels like you're always doubting me and you're always assuming that I'm going to go back to him. But at the same time, Kayla's mom is assuming that and saying that because it's the truth, sis. Like, you have always went back to him in the past. This time is the only time you haven't really. Like, all the other times, I mean, and the crazy thing was, and I hate to say this, but the only reason why you guys never really got back together is because he didn't want to. You wanted to be with him during the pregnancy and all the shits, and he just kept saying he didn't want to be with you. So it's like, really, he didn't want to be with you because he didn't want to be in a relationship, which he doesn't need to be in, clearly. So, I mean, your mom's right. You do always go back to him, and it's usually you that wants him back. And I get it, though. You're stuck. You're young. You're in an abusive relationship, so that's all you know. And you keep going back to it because that's all you know. So I get it. But your mom's right. You do keep going back to it, but that's all you know. And we need counseling over here. We need counseling. We need counseling for Kayla because she went through trauma, a little bit of trauma with Stefan. We need counseling for her to get her mind right, for her to be able to go through the single parent, because she's going to be a single mama. She's going to have to learn how to do this, and she needs some help. She needs some counseling. She needs something. Counseling is real, and it's really needed. So if you need it, get it, because it's needed. As you can see, sweeping things under the rug ain't working. You watching these reality TV shows, you watching this shit, it ain't working sweeping shit under the rug. Like, we got to get it out. We got to be real open and honest. Like, get it out. Because we can't keep doing all this crazy aggravating shit and then pass it on to our kids. We get frustrated because we lost our job. We get frustrated with our relationship. We get frustrated with things. We go through things. We go through trauma. We go through things, and we do crazy things and beat people, hurt people, take things out on other people. And you know who witnesses it and sees it? Your children. Whether you do it in front of them or not. They see and know what's going on, okay? And with us not getting counseling and getting help when we need it, we're passing on our frustration, our anger, and all the issues, dramas, trauma, and all the things we have within ourselves onto our kids because we don't resolve them. So let's resolve our issues, go to counseling, do what we need to do so we don't pass it on to our children. I'm just saying. And so Kayla and her mom need to do that so they can be better for themselves and better for Isaiah. That situation is stressful. I hope Kayla and her mom are able to one day talk to each other. Like I said, Kayla's mom needs to share her story because Kayla is going through some shit, and I feel like Kayla's mom has been through it. But she needs to tell her story, and I need her to be able to tell her daughter how she feels without being afraid to. And I understand why she feels that way. And we've all felt that way where we are afraid to tell how we really feel to a person we love because we're afraid of how they're going to react. But at the end of the day, that's your daughter. You birthed her. She came out of you. So you got to tell her. All right, now we're going to talk about Lexi. Now, this situation was kind of like, I'm not even surprised at this point. Like, I'm not surprised Tyler made that deal with her. Like, Tyler is that type of dude. And she's that type of girl to allow it, like her mom said. And, like, honestly, like, okay, so the deal was, Lexi lost her promise ring, misplaced it. Tyler said, and she wants another one. Tyler's like, okay, I'll get you another one if you leave me alone all day on Friday. Don't call me, text me, nothing. Don't bug me unless it's an emergency, and I'll get you a new ring. She says, you could tell at first she didn't want to do the deal, and she thought it was stupid, but she just took it because she just wanted to prove to him that she wasn't clingy, and yeah. So she tells her mom, and her mom basically tells the truth. I think this is crazy, and the fact that you allow this type of shenanigans to happen in your relationship just shows to me, and also to him, that he can run all over you, and he doesn't have much respect for you. And I mean, it frustrates her, and I think it frustrates anybody when they hear someone else tell them that, because it's like, you don't want someone to tell you that you allow people, or you allow your partner to disrespect or negate your feelings. And so I understand why that annoys her, but at the same time, it's kind of true, Lexi. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't even feel like explaining my examples. Let's just watch last season and let's watch this season, and you'll get your answer. You can see it. It's plain in sight. He does. And it frustrates me even watching it sometimes, because I just be like, God damn, like, even at the end of the episode, okay, so she's talking to her mom, and then I think, after Lexi realizes what her mom says, like, because even you see in the confessional, she's kind of realizing it for herself, like, maybe my mom is right. Like, she did mention, like, it does kind of annoy her that her mom thinks that way about her, but at the same time, she did, realize, like, maybe my mom is right, like, maybe I do let him walk all over me a little bit, maybe he doesn't really respect my feelings as much as I feel like he should, and maybe we should take this this promise ring thing more serious. Like, I should ask him or know if he really means it, if he's serious about it. So she does. I guess the next day or whatever, they go out for the day on a drive, and she proceeds to ask him, like, if he's serious about them and if he really does want to marry her one day and all the stuff. It's like their relationship is too juvenile to be any. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to insult Lexi, because I don't look at Lexi individually. I don't look at her as immature or juvenile. But their relationship and them trying to be a family just looks like kids that have a baby. Like, really. And it's not Lexi, it's just more so how their relationship moves. Like, it's just kind of like, and I know they're not married and I know they're young, but at the same time, it's like, even like Brianna and Danae, like, even when they were together, like, Brianna's young and Danae's young too, and I think they were about the same age when they were pregnant. And, like, they just seem a little, even though their relationship was dysfunctional as fuck, but it did seem like they had it a little bit more together as far as, like, how they were thinking for the future, and they would communicate a little bit more about, like, where they're going to live, where they're going to move, where they're going to work. It's like with Tyler and Lexi, it's like Lexi doesn't know what's going on. Like, it's like she literally be like talking to her friends like, oh, well, we kind of are thinking about moving to Oregon, but Tyler wants to wait until after next week when he feels better. And then she asked Tyler next week, and he's like, I don't know. We'll just see how I feel tomorrow because my back hurts. Like, that was a really bad example, but that's how bad their communication is. Like, it's like she doesn't know what they're doing half the time. He doesn't know what they're doing any of the time because he's always going with how he feels, and she goes with what he does. So it's like, if he feels like it, that's what they're doing. If he doesn't, that's not what they're doing, and she doesn't know half the time. Like y'all see the shit. Like, the relationship is just kind of at like an immature young kid level. Like, they don't have no real future together. It's just kind of like, we just go with the day, and we have a baby in the backseat. And, like, that's not how a real family and a real relationship's supposed to be. Not when you have kids with an S. Even without the S. When you have a child is a children. It's still a child you have to raise. So, their relationship's just too juvenile to be a family. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to shade, but that's just the truth. And it's mainly Tyler. It's not really Lexi, because I feel like she is mature as far as, like, on her own. But when it comes to being in a relationship, she allows him and his, like, immature, moody feelings to rule what they do. And because of that, it's like she's always, like, stuck to look like she doesn't know what's going on, and that she's in limbo all the time. And, I mean, she'll learn from it eventually. Eventually she'll snap out of it, but, it's her baby daddy. What can you expect? And she's young. But, yeah, that deal just sounded like he doesn't like you, sis, and that you annoy him and you're always on him. And I get it. Some guys don't like to be with their girlfriend all the time. And some guys do think that type of stuff is clingy, and they're not really too into the PDA and all that. And I do get that, but at the same time, that does sound really mean. I mean, come on, think about it. I'll get you another promise ring if you leave me alone for a whole day. Don't text me. Don't come by. Nothing. Like, damn. Like, nigga, you don't even want to talk to me at all? No. I don't. My husband's never said that, and he better not. So, no God. No. All right. So, last but not least, we got Brianna. So, yay. They finally, the mom found a job. Yay. They found a rental. Yay. And they moved in. Yay. So they don't have to stress as much about money and a place to live. So I'm happy about that. Thank God. So Brianna won't get punched in the face by her mom. So yay. And they have a place to live. So Brianna still hasn't found a job. So she decides to sign up for government assistance. And with that, you know, you have to put in your baby's daddy's information. And with her having to fill out his information and write his name out, I guess it got her to thinking about the situation. And, you know, I guess what happened was, and I kind of remember this from last season, you know, she was never in a real relationship with the baby's daddy. I mean, she's young. So, I mean, none of her relationships are really that serious. Well, I guess they are now because there's a baby involved. But before Brayson was involved, she was young, no serious relationships. Not really, you know? Not really. And she was with the dude. They weren't together, but they knew each other through, I think she said, elementary and middle school, or middle school and high school, one of the two. And they knew each other, and they were always friendly. Never no serious relationship, just friendly. I guess she was dating Danae during the time when they hooked up, but they had broken up, and she was mad at him. So she had slept with the baby's daddy and got pregnant from that. It was a one-night stand and got pregnant. And I guess when she told him, he decided he didn't want to be a part, and he didn't even want the baby. Like, he was like, that's not my kid, and I don't want to be a part. And she just washed her hands from him ever since, and ever since then has been trying to find someone to be Brayson's father. And now it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of like she's feeling the pain. Like, she still feels angry. You could tell she's still angry about what happened and about the fact that she's stuck to be a single mom like this. And also you could tell she's hurt by how he treated her. She's angry and hurt by how he treated her and about the situation. And you could tell, and, you know, I'm sorry. That sucks, you know. Like, I don't know what that feels like, and I pray I never know what that feels like. And it really saddens me that all too many women know what that feels like. To be young, pregnant, and alone. You know, that bothers me, and that saddens me to know that a lot of women I know, a lot of women probably watching this, a lot of women that you know, a lot of women go through the same exact thing Brianna's going through. You know, being young, pregnant, and alone. Having a baby on your own, trying to figure it out, like, and it just sucks. And, you know, the guy just gets to decide, like, oh, well, I'm not carrying the baby, so, hey, I don't give a fuck. You know, they can just walk out and do what they want while we have to take care. And, you know, I feel bad for Brianna. You know, you could tell she's still trying to figure it out. You could tell she does not know what to do. You could just tell, and it sucks. And, you know, but I'm glad she has a place to stay now and that she's applying for government assistance, and hopefully things will get better and she'll get more on her feet. But she gets upset with her mom because I guess as she was telling her mom about, you know, what she was feeling about the fact that she applied and she had to put out the father's information, you know, her mom was saying, like, I feel like we should try to reach out to his parents and let his parents know that he has a baby. And Brianna got really mad. And then Brianna brought the situation up to Robert and was telling him about what her mom was saying, and was like, well, do you agree? Like, do you think I should reach out to his parents and let them know? And he was like, I mean, yeah, I think he can deserve another chance. Like, you know, I mean, you could tell he wasn't really trying to get into it, but since she asked, he was like, well, okay, well, I'll just give my honest opinion since you asked. And he did. And she got angry and got up and walked off. Like, and the thing is, you know, sometimes you have to see when people are mad and when they're angry, and it's easier said than done, because I can say this and I feel like I'm a motherfucking counselor or wizard or something when it comes to giving advice and shit to other people, but bitch need help on her own, okay? But you know, sometimes you have to realize that when people are mad or angry or upset or whatever, it's misplaced anger or misplaced aggression or whatever. Like, it's not usually always towards you. Well, not in some situations. Some situations it's not really towards you. It's just a situation they're upset or angry about, and you're there. So it's like they're taking it out on you. You could tell Brianna's not angry with her mom. Brianna's not angry with Robert. She's angry with the situation and what she was dealt. And also, even the baby daddy, too, because it's like you get to walk away scot-free while I have all this responsibility. And then on top of that, you know, the baby is missing a limb. So it's like, it's even more stressful. So it's just like, I feel bad for Brianna, and I hope that, you know, she does get this anger and this hurt that she's feeling under wraps. Like, whether it's counseling, whether she needs to talk, just get it out and just talk to her sister, maybe. I don't know, but, you know, I do hope she gets it together, and you know, I understand what she's saying. Like, she feels like she shouldn't have to reach out to them. And you know what? I do understand that. There's two sides to look at it. It's like, well, that's true, but at the same time, as being Brayson's mom and as you caring about him and his feelings, you can reach out to them just because he deserves to have that option if they do want to be apart. But then at the same time, I see where she's like, basically, she's bitter. So it's like, bitch, I'm bitter. You left me with this baby by myself. You want me to hit you up a year or two later like, hey, I got this baby I've been taking care of. You guys want to see? Like, no, you ain't put in on no formula. You ain't put in on no milk. You ain't put in on no rent money. You ain't put in on no clothes. You ain't put in on shit. Like, fuck you mean? If you care that much, find them on your own. Or raise your son to not be a bitch so he can grow some, not balls, pussy, because pussies are stronger than balls. And tell you guys about his own child. So I get where she's coming from. And you know what? She probably will do that one day. Because obviously, the baby daddy ain't shit. Maybe she will do that one day. And we as women, a lot of time, we always have to be the one that is mature and always has to be the one to be like, okay, this is what we need to do. So I feel like she is one day. But she needs to get over the anger and hurt first. You can't. It's going to be hard for her to try to, reach out to them. And she still feels some type of way and still feels angry and shit. She has to let that go for herself and also for Brayson. But one day I feel like she will. She just needs to let that go first and kind of get through it. She needs to sit in it. Sit in it, sit in the hurt, sit in the anger. You got to sit in it. You can't just expect it to go away. Every time. You have to sit in it. It fucking sucks, but you have to sit in it and feel it and let it hurt. Then you can heal and move on. And that's what I want for her. So I hope you guys liked this video. This is my review of tonight's episode. If you fucks with me, you fucks with this video, and you fuck with my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. I am going to be doing these reviews every week while the season's going on, and I will do it every season after that. So if you want to see that, subscribe and fuck with me. And if you like this video, like it. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, comment down below and let me know. And I'll see you guys very soon. Subscribe and bye.